Hello, everyone. This is BizChicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today is Monday, so we're here with coffee, tea, thoughts, and conversations. And I'm here with my friend and partner, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups, and we are the Biz Chicks. So, guys, get your favorite drink. Let's hydrate this morning. I'm drinking my water and, and relaxing, and we're going to have a conversation today. Francine always has a stimulating question for us.
Yeah.
How's everybody on Clubhouse this morning? We just want to give a shout out to you guys and to all of you watching live and on the replay. And we're going to get this conversation started this morning.
Well, the question of the day, are you living by default or design in your business? Default or design? And it's just a look. No, not default of design.
But default
or default or design. Which one are you doing? Default. Let's look up that word, because I didn't look up the word. I'm like, I'm looking it up now.
Okay.
I don't know why my computer is trying to be a little slow today. That is not good. There's a couple of default. One is a noun, a failure to fulfill an obligation, especially to repay a loan or appear in a court of law. Okay, that's where you just didn't do something you're supposed to do.
Default on a loan or whatever.
Right, failure to pay. So you can look at that too. So defaulting in on something that you promised to do for yourself or your business and you just didn't do it. The second definition, a pre-selected option adopted by a computer program or other mechanism when no other alternative is specified. The default is 50 lines. So it's just something that just defaults into prescribed selection. Okay.
Sort of like set it and forget it. Like when you set it,
it's on autopilot. It's just, and it's going with a flow. It's not changing. Nothing's changing. It's just kind of like there was no input.
There's no customization. There's no personalization.
Right there, and it just did not. It was default. It was no thought of the person involved, no input from the person involved. Default. It's like, okay, this is just status quo could be default.
Okay.
Just going along with what everybody, everyone else is doing.
Let the chips fall where they may. Just whatever. Oh, que sera, sera. Whatever will be.
But it's not intentional. When we say by design, it's intentional. You set up something intentional. Okay, I am going to do A, B, C, D, E, or this is what I have decided to do. So I am, if I'm going to get a degree in business, I am going to set up my classes, go sign up at a school. I am going to go and
attend class. Get my notebooks and tools ready to take notes or whatever I have to do.
Correct. And that's intentional. That's by design. I said I wanted to do this, so now all these other activities have to happen for me to do that. That means I have to put those. I designed this. I had an idea. I had a vision. I had something I wanted to do. And then I now need to implement the next steps.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Whereas default is, well, I want to go to school. But then I'm just like, I want to go to school.
Okay.
I want to go to school.
Mm-hmm.
But design means you have to create the next steps. What school are you going to? How many classes are you going to take in a semester? All of that happens with the design. That is an intentional design. Default is, well, I want to go to school, but they said school is only online now, and I don't know what we're going to do because COVID hit, and I can't go to school right now.
Mm. Mm. As opposed to, it might be even easier because you don't have to leave the house, and they're probably more accommodating because it's online. You can watch the replay, et cetera, but you didn't look into the changes.
Right. And you defaulted to something else where you could have designed something better. Okay, so Maureen is here in the Facebook page, and she's a health and wellness champion. So, and if we talked about default or design within that space, the design is I've decided that I want to be fit for life. I want to be finish life strong. I'm going to finish my life strong. So in order for me to finish my life strong, I have to design my life for that. That means I have to design what is that going to look like? I need to move every day. I need to eat well. I need to set my kitchen up. I need to, my grocery list needs to be set up for me to get where I need to be. And if that means for me to get there, I might have to have somebody help me toss things in the pantry, restock my kitchen, renew my mind for finishing life strong. I have to now do the things that are going to get me to a finished, strong life. That's by design. Default is, oh, I didn't prepare anything, so now I'm going through the drive-through to buy something, hoping they have something healthy in the drive-through.
Which is pretty scary.
Slim to none.
Depending on which one you would go to, especially depending on what.
Hey, Terry, we got TJ from New York City over here
on how
Clubhouse. So by design, I am going to set up my system. So now TJ, she just came in. She does social media and digital marketing. So hey, Mark. So if I'm going to have a good presence on social media, I need to set up my calendar to do my social media posts, or am I going to do it by default and just try and do the set it and forget it and not get it right because I'm not paying attention to it and I didn't put in any effort for it. Or I won't have a social media presence, but I still want my business to grow when everybody else is still on social media, and that's how you interact with them. Oh, I don't want to learn about any new. I don't want to learn anything new about social media, even though the entire world has shifted.
Okay. Yep. Now, Mark has a comment here.
Go ahead. Put Mark's comment.
It says you either live consciously to create the life that you want by design or unconsciously by default. That is my business slogan. That's yeah.
So even when you don't decide, you still decided.
Yes, you're making a decision either way. You're either deciding to be a part of your life or to let life just whip you around. I don't know
Well,
how else
you,
you know what I mean? You default and just let it just
right. So we were talking about going down the going with the flow.
mhm.
Well, sometimes you don't need to go with the flow. You need to steer against that was the whole reason for having a rudder
On the ship.
on the ship, so that you can steer it where you would love to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I would like um,
So
TJ or Dryer Buzz to weigh in on this conversation. Mark has weighed in on the conversation, and Maureen, you can.
she says she loves this.
TJ, go ahead.
So this is a good topic because what you said about if you don't make a decision, that's a decision. So
Correct.
the same thing, so that works with, say, you want to grow your business, but you don't want to do any of the work or hire somebody to do the work. Well, then that's a decision where you're going to fail because you're deciding not to actively do the things that you need to do, which is plan and strategize. You can't do anything without a plan.
Wow.
Even if that plan is to find resources, I think people don't understand that research is planning. You know what I'm saying? This, I'm just wasting time. I'm scrolling through stuff. No, you're doing research when you're swiping through Instagram. You're looking at how other people are doing things. You're finding inspiration, motivation. There are a lot of different things going on. And because it's different from going to the library like we did in the past and pulling books down, now you've got all these books in your hand. You see what I mean? It's a perspective about what's really going on. Oh, I'm just wasting time. No, you're not. If you are looking at people who are doing things in your industry, then that's research. And so I think a lot of times we have to wrap our head around what's really going on because it's being done differently. Does that?
Right. And Dr. Tachi is here. Good morning.
Hi, doctor.
Maureen says it boils down to a choice.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mark's comment is, your life is the effect that you cause. You are the co-creator of your life experience. Go ahead, TJ.
So I love that Mark just said that you're the co-creator of your experience. And you see a lot of people today want the reward without the risk. That means they don't want to do the work. Like Terralina was saying about doing the research and doing your part and knowing that you have to do some kind of marketing strategy or social media strategy today. And then you still don't want to participate in it, or you want to put your head in the sand, but you want the reward. You want to grow, but you don't want to do the work that's necessary to grow.
Yeah.
Oh, what is it? Oh, something. The rabbit had a very bad habit of eating up my garden. He didn't want to plant anything, but he wanted to eat everything.
Right. Yeah, I think you're talking about, what is that, Little Red Hen too?
The Little Red Hen, yes. She was going to the mill. She kept asking all her friends, y'all going to help me take this to the mill? Nobody wanted to help take the grain to the mill so she could make the bread. But once the bread start baking, they all showed up. And she said no. And that was a lesson right there too. Huh?
Yeah.
I remember that story.
Right.
That's a good analogy.
But she said what when they showed up to take away the profits, which is basically what happens. She said, no, this is going to the legacy because y'all didn't want to be a partner or collaborate or help, etc. So there's a lot to be learned from the Little Red Hen when it comes to entrepreneurship and retaining wealth.
Right.
Because your mind will make you give it away. Oh, I know I worked hard for this, but they need bread. Okay.
Dr. Tachi said, not I, said the cat.
Exactly.
Uh, so, so to recap, are you living your business life by default or design?
Mm.
And it's easy to get into default of, I don't feel like it or I can't do it. It's a lot. Yeah, sometimes it is an uphill battle. I was out walking and I was like, oh, there's a hill. Do I want to walk over the hill? Or I can stay on the flat, right? Well, I'm
Mhm.
going to walk over the hill. It was more effort to walk up the hill. But as I'm walking up the hill, I'm still okay. If I can just get to the crest, I'm going to be
Uh-huh.
okay. At the part where you can feel while you're walking the effort that's put forth. And then when you get right up at the top, you can feel it ease off. And
Mm.
now you're coming down on the other side.
Downhill. Yes.
But if you never go uphill, you won't experience the downhill.
And I've heard
The
people.
ease that comes with the downhill doesn't come unless you start that uphill
Mhm.
process. And
Yes.
you gotta gear your mind up for that. Some people are not geared up in their mind to do it. And it's like, yeah, yes, I have to do that. I have to do better. Like with Maureen's health and wellness, is like, I mean, health and health and wellness.
Mhm.
What are you going to do? You can just not do. You can have the couch one more day with another can of
Mhm.
potato chips one more day, or
Mhm.
you can make the shift. Make up your mind to make the shift, and okay, let's not bring the potato chips in the house.
Mm.
Now, with the advent of Instacart and other people who will deliver your groceries,
Mhm.
there's
You
no
can
excuse.
you can avoid temptation, right?
Right, because you're not walking up and down the aisles pulling stuff in. You
Mhm.
can order it and you can say no um, right from the menu on the online. You can put in
Uh-huh.
there what you want to, and they'll bring it delivered to your house. Now the cookies are not jumping in the basket, ice cream not jumping in the basket. You can make better choices, and that's by design too. Default
Absolutely.
and default is not planning for when you get hungry.
Default is not using your pool when it's outside your back gate.
Oh, yeah, I cannot. And when we're having 91-degree
Yeah,
weather
my
days.
pool opened up this weekend. Do you think I was in it? Although I've been talking about it, you see what I mean? But design is okay, on this day, I go swimming at this time.
Oh, design. Okay, so part of the design is having a date and a time.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the schedule. Well, because default is procrastination, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
You know something? We are so wealthy in this country that we take a lot of things for granted. Just the ability to walk around the block and feel safe. That's a gift. And it should be part of the design of your life to look around and really appreciate all the things we really do have and put that into the design. Maureen, look, Maureen says, go out and use that pool, girl. I heard that. And yes, it's going to be on the things to do, and it's going to be on the schedule. I really have a goal to get in there at least every other day, and hopefully every day.
and it's literally out your back gate.
Literally, out my back day and into the pool and the clubhouse.
Wow.
I
Terry,
know.
TJ, go ahead.
Okay, so I want to tell Terralina that, okay, you're going to go to the pool So you're going to get your California cover-ups. You're going to take your photos of you in the California cover-ups, or somebody, a model, your family, somebody in the California cover-ups, and you're going to share that on social media.
Right, at the pool.
At the pool, because that's what cover-ups are for, too.
Right.
It makes sense to combine the two efforts.
Right, and you got cover-ups for every occasion.
That's true.
Oh, you might need to write that down. Cover-ups for every occasion.
Okay.
COVID, there was cover-ups for COVID. There's cover-ups for winters, whatever. So yeah. Okay. And Mark has a comment here. Mark says, "You lived your life lived is a declaration of who you want to be. Who do you want to be? What does that look like? How will you measure it? What is one step that you'll take today to bring it to fruition?" TJ.
Mm-hmm.
And see how, I want to mention to everybody, see how easy that was to come up with, what am I going to post today?
Yeah.
Go and I'm going to enjoy myself, but I'm going to enjoy myself and take a photo, or have somebody take a photo of me, or you take a photo of somebody bottling the cover up. And see, there's no effort, and there's not any hardness in that effort. Mm-hmm. It's not difficult to think of that, because you're doing something that you want to do. You're doing something enjoyable, and it's like, okay, let me document this. Let me just take a picture and share it on social media, and then you talk about California cover-ups. That's how simple it is. People are making it difficult or overthinking the process.
Yes, I think we really are overthinking the process, or we're separating them into different boxes. We think it's different from what we do. But you know, Fran, that my life is all about not doing anything that doesn't make me smile anymore. So,
right. And the pool makes you smile.
It does, once a minute. It's the, the initial entry can be interesting.
And TJ, that reminds me of what Gary Vee said: document everything. Maureen said, "I can model the cover up for you." See, girl, there?
Come on over.
Look.
Come
we
on
got a model.
I'm glad you brought up the Gary Vee comment, because he said that it's been a while since he said that, and people still don't understand what it means. Document, don't create. That means you're going along the course of your day. Like Terralina said, I'm doing something that brings me joy and make me, and I'm enjoying it. So that's when you just simply use the technology you have in your hand, and you say, take a picture. And it doesn't have to be scripted. It doesn't have to be, well, let's set this light up and let's do.
Exactly.
You're going to be outside. Right. You're going to be outside in the pool, in the sunlight. That's natural light. It's document, don't create. That's exactly what it means. I'm going to the beach. I'm going on a picnic. I'm doing this, and I'm going to showcase my business in a way that fits in what I'm doing for that day. And I simply document it, post it, and move on.
And that's what Dryer Buzz does with the soaps. Today, she's sitting up there making soap, and she just documents her making soap, put it up on TikTok, and everybody is like, "Oh, I want some of that," just because she put it up there.
We made these.
And one of y'all on the West Coast, so I'm gonna give y'all a pass.
Give us a what?
A pass. Go ahead.
I'm on my break.
I've
done TikTok live since about 8 o'clock this morning. I'm on the West Coast, and it's 11:30.
East Coast,
And I'm on the East Coast, and it's 11:30. And I'm pretty much done documenting. I had orders. I had to pull orders this morning, so I could get ready for the orders, the Mother's Day orders. And rather than saying, "Oh, I need a photo of this, a video of that," I just went live. And it was dark. It stormed in the process. And I took a couple of pictures, while I was live, because I, have to go and put it on other things. But, again, doing it, not trying to script it, I didn't need to add copy, you just do it. The thing about it is, if you have to convince yourself, then it's not fun. We don't have to convince ourselves to do things that's fun and engaging.
Exactly.
I started out taking a shower because I took myself. I better take a shower the night before because I know I got to get up early. When I come back, if I took my daughter, I know that I need to go right in there and turn that camera on. That's the only thing. I've got to turn that camera on and get to work. Now, mind you, with the camera off, I probably could come in and moved a lot faster and going, through the process. But right now, I'm melting the next set of oils. I'm having some sushi in the process of doing that. And I was like, okay, I gotta let y'all go. They was like, what time are you coming back on? And I'm like, okay, so what if I wasn't? But I know that I've got a real busy week, and I'm gonna document it all through the process. Meaning, I will be live to like these orders out, But that is the expectation. That's not the expectation I'm meeting. That's the expectation that I have set, and they're meeting it by coming on and watching. But you just have to do it.
I like what you said about do it, don't script it.
Yeah.
Just get in there and
see, I could do that.
Yeah, because you did it yesterday. Something came up live and you were talking about something and I didn't get to jump on, but you went live yesterday
and
with California cover-up.
It's been a minute.
and you told people, hey, I got cover-ups, and you were telling them about a sale you had going on. Yes, I was like, go Terry. Yes. And but you could have not done it. Go ahead, TJ.
So I want to comment on both Dryer Buzz and Terralina because they're doing the live. So Dryer Buzz sees that she does the live while she's doing the soap, creating the soap, and there's not a whole elaborate set. It's just her doing the process, and people are watching while she's doing the live. Then once that live is done, that's content that she can save somewhere else and upload somewhere else and share to Twitter and here and Facebook, but doing one thing. You want to maximize what you're doing. You want to make it work for you.
Right. And I was like, wow, okay. I enjoyed the fact that, you got out there and did it. Both of you, they did it. They didn't think about it. And it wasn't like, okay, I got to have this curl perfect in my hair.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. I need to have my lighting has got to be like this. And then you got 15 takes because you didn't.
I'm telling you, my hair was a hot mess, friend. But I was determined to get it done. I said, you know what? If you keep piddling around here, you're not going to do this. And it had been so long since I talked to my audience with everything that happened in 2020. I was just determined I put the garage door down and just went for it.
And so you did it. And I believe you got some sales. I think I saw you yesterday collecting monies or something. I was like, oh,
yeah, yes,
it worked.
Yeah, and our Mother's Day gift boxes. We made some Mother's Day gift boxes, and I think we have like 3 left or something with the Great Bath Experience.
Right.
So yes.
So I sense a collaboration.
Well, I'll tell you a funny thing happened on my live this weekend. I listening to the talk and trying to get my lighting right video because the live is what it is. Say, hey, I'm live, this is what I'm doing. But for the video, I have been trying to get my backdrop, so I can be more earth. And I'm never really like live on the weekend like that. And I was actually hanging the curtains, right? I've been trying to put up some, darken the space a little bit so the artificial light does a little bit better. And I happened to look, I turned it on, and usually there's a couple people that'll jump on and we'll have conversations and whatnot. And I just happened to look at the screen. I'm like, whoa, the numbers were going up and up and up. And so we actually had a crazy viral moment on TikTok this weekend. That's when you start thinking, okay. And I was like, oh, I'm so glad I got dressed.
Yeah. I hear you, girl.
Actually, the only reason I went live, I had gone out earlier in the day, and I'm like, oh, well, I'll go ahead, actually, I went out to get the curtains. And I came back and I said, oh, a few people will jump on. They can tell me, kind of how this look. We can, test the shot. Every time I try to do a test or test a shot, that's the one was like people come out of nowhere.
People come in, don't they?
They love they love the candidness of it, right?
Right.
Is that what it is?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I said, is that what it is? Is that why they be coming in? I'm like, oh my gosh, it says test right here.
But here's what I realized, and y'all, I've been doing this a long time. But here's what I really realized in what we do and why people are watching. They're watching because they want to do it too. They desire to do it, whether they will ever do it. It's a bravery thing. They think that people are brave, but man, so many people who wish they could just go candidly live or take a selfie or talk about some of the things that we talk about on there. And so I think there's a large part of the audience that is that. Oh. And so when I went live, it wasn't. I guess I kind of was at that level, like, oh, I think I could do that. So people were watching. Man, I think I could do that. Wait, look at what she's using. I think I could do that. I think I could create that space. I think I could turn on a device, because the best videos you could ever do are kind of like the behind the scenes, right? I've had videos where I've come in and I have literally scripted, and I do have the lights just right, and it looks, very much like television. It's a different audience then. It's a very different audience then. And the outcome and the results of this weekend, I'm like, okay, I'm going to try and stay at that level, because it was very profitable, but two, I connected. And that's what you want to look for. I really connected with the audience. Now we also got another extreme audience, because TikTok went really crazy on the video. But that's what you want to look for. What connects people to you and why they are watching. Otherwise, who are you documenting it for? And we know we're documenting it for ourselves, but we also documenting it, for, whoever your how and your why is. So that was a part of it too. Passing the mic.
All right. And then we have Bobby Shadows just joined us. Bobby, we're talking about default or design. How are you living your business life? And Mark Ward just jumped in here. And thanks, Bobby, for jumping in. And Mark, I'm going to bring you up if you got something you want to join in on. Yeah, so Mark is in the room. Hopefully he can join us too. So we're talking about default or design.
Mm-hmm.
It has been... Okay, Mark, you want to weigh in?
I didn't really have anything to add at this point. I just wanted to continue listening.
Okay.
I'll jump in if I have anything to add. I think that it's a great discussion, of course.
Yep. Because living by default is not gonna get us where we want to be.
And we all have times when we default to something because things are just going on, either in our mind or for real.
Right.
Most of it's in our mind, though. Because that's a bad thing, and so is he. Guys, I just want to encourage you, when you feel yourself defaulting because you either don't have the energy or it's whatever it is, whatever that little what did Coach Karen call it, whatever that sneaky fear is, that you know what I mean,
right?
Address it and find somebody to help you over the hurdle.
Right.
Sometimes we need help.
Go ahead, Mark.
I will say this: the obstacle for many people is that the picture is too big. The art of the possible becomes overwhelming. So what I always encourage people to do, and you've heard me talk about this before, is define what success is for you today. Just today. What would you like to be saying at the end of the day about the day has passed? How are you going to measure your success, for lack of a better terminology, in regards to the day that's unfolded? And once you do that at the beginning, consider what the challenges and obstacles are going to be that you perceive up front. How will you overcome them? If you approach every day like that, you are building the muscle and flexing the muscle of success, and things will start to flow more naturally to you so that your default becomes productivity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like that. Changing the default, making the default productive. I like that. Thanks, Mark. Dr. Tachi, you can come on up too if you like. Um, I I was thinking about something Mark said in addition to the making the default productivity.
Mm-hmm.
But now, not but making the decisions and pushing forward in spite of. Um, there was somebody that said, okay, so when you're working out, Maureen can let me know if I'm on track, but when you are working out, you don't get stronger unless you add some resistance.
Ah.
You're not going to get stronger without the resistance. So by design, you're pushing against the resistance, which is and then making the default productive. But then you still have to keep doing it. It doesn't stop. You don't get to stop, and it's like, whew. Like, what do the people always say? I want passive income. I want to be able to lay on the beach, drink a whatever,
Mai Tai, whatever, and make
just
money.
and do nothing. Well, we can't do nothing because then we atrophy. Our brains atrophy, muscles atrophy. You cannot not moving. You can't stop moving. You have always got to be in motion, even though we don't want to be in motion sometimes.
And it's a great analogy for life, actually, because when things come up in your life that on the surface appear to be obstacles, that's your opportunity to remember that they are, in fact, opportunities. That this is your opportunity to continue to build and flex that muscle.
Mm-hmm.
So the obstacles are actually opportunities to help you grow and flex. Thank you, Mark.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Man, this is good conversation. I shall not default today to things that are not working, but I am going to push forward and redesign my defaults. How about that? Redesign what my defaults are going to be so that they're productive rather than just not serving me.
And I think one of the things that also gets in the way for some people is even the thought of productivity. And if that is an obstacle for you, in other words, if that becomes, because in the Western world, we tend to think of always doing something, like the hamster on the wheel.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The point is to what end? It's not always necessarily about the amount of activity. It's really about what the focus is. So sometimes I think it would be helpful to consider the default to be consciousness. In other words, to be conscious of what it is you are creating. For example, if today, like in Terralina's case, is about going out to the pool,
getting in that pool,
you're conscious of what it is you are doing today, what your goal is today, and not it becoming that you went out by the pool, the day escaped you, and then you just feed a story where you're lazy, non-productive, and you feed that guilt.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, okay. So you really, if you didn't do it, then you're gonna have to deal with, not feeling, owning it why you didn't do it or what have you. Am I hearing that correctly, Mark?
Right. It's just really, again, for me, it always comes back to starting out your day by defining what you want your day to be and how are you going to evaluate it in that capacity. Just be conscious of what it is that you want to create and how you're going to evaluate whether you actually created it. And sometimes that means that today, for 2 hours, I am going to sit on the couch and read.
Right.
If it's a conscious choice, it's a very different energy than if you allow your life to manage you rather than you managing your life.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, it sounds almost like we have to take the pool out of the conversation for Terralina. Okay, because every time y'all mention the pool, it seems like she takes a step back. And I think she needs to model the cover-ups, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Maureen has volunteered to model for me.
Well, and that's the thing. You don't wear the cover-ups in the pool or at the pool. You wear them when you're getting ready to go to the pool. So take the pool out of it. And if you notice, you think about all the different TikToks, people are in their house, the fashion TikToks. They're in a very fashionable corner or spot that they've created. It's got it insinuates that they're going somewhere. But we all know TikTokers, ain't nobody going nowhere. They do those perfect fashion videos, and they do like the rest of us, go put their sweatpants on, and they get on the couch, right? So
Probably.
you have the illusion that you might go to the pool. And this is what you wear if you ever get there.
Like it.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for releasing me.
It's just like leggings. How many of us have on a pair of leggings right now? I'm not about to do yoga. I'm making soap.
Yeah, because leggings are easy.
Yes.
You put on a cover up with some leggings, you're all good. You ain't got to try and do a whole lot.
Figure it all out. And that's the whole purpose of a cover up. It's a no-brainer and it's pretty. You know what I mean? And it fits everybody, which was the whole objective, was to be on assignment to keep you guys looking beautiful.
Right.
So we wouldn't look like Little House on the Prairie. Because that's all I could find, for my size. When I went to Macy's, I was like, I am not feeling this.
So this was a good conversation. Excuse me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. And we pray that you're living your life by design and not by default. And remember, hey, go to the front of your own line. We will see you tonight at 4:00. It's First Mondays. And Fred is speechless over there. Take your time, friend. I know you're having an issue going over there. So I just want to remind you, we'll be in the virtual house right here or live at 4:00. If you'd like to come in, let us know. We'll send you a link. Come in and talk about your business and introduce you to our audience. And in the meantime, remember to go to the front of your own line. We'll see you here, 4 p.m. Pacific time.
And we'll be in Clubhouse as well.
And we'll be over in the club. So guys, come on over to what I call the country club. And we'll be over there relaxing. And we'd love to talk to you about your business and have you come in and tell us a little bit more about what you do. Invite your friends. We'd love to hear from them too. Have a great day. And we'll see you here tomorrow. We'll see you here at 4 tonight and tomorrow at 8 Pacific time. See you later. Have a great day. And don't forget, by all means, remember to go to the front of your own line. Bye-bye.